Yeah, the whole room.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, they said is 15 for the first,
Yeah.
35 after.
Yeah.
Possibly.
It's pretty expensive.
She wasn't
compared to
right.
Philly.
Yeah.
They probably have a monthly membership.
They got the best teachers here at least. It's also a nice space. It's huge.
Like the studio I take classes at is called Order of Dance, and their floor is so bad at this point.
Tape job and everything.
Yeah, it's taped out and everything. And the studio owner kept saying he's gonna
Redo it.
redo the floor, but
He has.
year after year, it's been a few years since he said he's gonna do it.
And nothing happens.
That's what I heard, yes.
Wait, is that what's his name?
Vince?
Vince is the owner?
Yeah, Vince is on.
It's a nice studio. I like the teachers. They have a huge variety of classes, it seems. At least for the choreo. But they're all-
They've been trying to do other stuff other than choreo recently. But I think Uma does offer a ton of stuff. They offer pretty much all of the styles in
and like all
the
bands.
umbrella of street dance. It does teach everything. Even though like it's only got like one pocket class, but it has everything.
So are you there?
Yeah. But this looks like a new studio. It looks nice.
That's very nice.
Yeah, it's a year old.
Oh,
The whole place?
Yeah.
Have you been here since the beginning? Or what's it?
No, I've been here for maybe like 3 months.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
So you-
still new here.
But you've taught in the past, you said. I mean,
Yeah, but I started out here as a sub, and then
Okay.
I got like a lot of good feedback,
Uh-huh.
and they were like, "We can have you here permanently," and I was like, "Say less." So
Stay less.
especially being so close to home, it's probably.
yeah, it's super. I'm not.
You're very
I think this
happy
is
with
probably like the closest studio that I worked to actually.
Huh.
Yeah.
Which is this also where you were teaching this morning or throughout the day?
This morning it was a lot further. It was like a 35-minute drive.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was all the way like in the north part of the island, in a
Huh.
town called Great Neck.
Great. The Great Neck or just Great?
Great Neck.
Oh, Great Neck.
Great Neck.
Huh. Yeah, right, chill. It's interesting that the classes in the area, but it's cool. Definitely an option to come in for like a drop in. It's not like it's super long to come up to New York, honestly.
Yeah.
Brendan, do you teach tomorrow?
Tomorrow's the battle.
Oh,
And then Sunday I teach house at Bodega, which is in LIC,
LIC.
Long Island City,
Oh,
Queens.
oh.
Yeah.
Queens.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that's like
Sunday you go.
my main thing. And then Monday I teach breaking at the same studio. And then Tuesday I think I'll be hosting session outside of the park. And then
Park here?
No, there's a park in Queens.
Huh. You stick around like kind of this area more so for everything?
For teaching sometimes, but I've been venturing more and more into the city. Just because there's just more demand
Yeah.
for like breaking house and hip hop. And when I say these styles, I mean like actually like somebody that knows what they're doing and not just
That's just like saying
like
like-
bullshit. Yeah.
Right.
'Cause
I
there's a
know
lot of-
breaking,
Yeah.
but you actually like you can teach them
Mhm.
the foundations like you were
Mhm.
telling us in the car.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, the speaker takes forever for me to connect to.
Just to figure things out.
We have the same problem in my studio.
It's just like
Speaker
it's like
doesn't
all the
work.
speakers don't like me. Like they always take. I have to like disconnect and reconnect and.
Huh.
You want an extra hair time?
It's okay.
You don't need it?
No.
You sure? But when you do house, you mind,
Like go crazy with my hair?
Yeah? Anyways.
If it gets hot in here too, I can see if we can turn on the temperature.
I'm not.
Are you guys good?
I'm fine right now. It's
You're
great.
good?
I'm not uncomfortable.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I thought you were always like feeling hot.
Well, I'm feeling not that now. Better than outside.
It does say cool in on.
Oh.
Is it possible to dim the lights a little? Yeah, if I can just turn it down like a notch. Yes. Thank you. Yeah. Alright, so first, the way that I typically teach is I have you guys follow my lead. Don't worry about anything other than the movement and just trying to keep up to whatever it is that I'm doing. I'm not going to really explain anything. I'm just going to say try your best just to follow me. Then we stretch, and then we will go over drills, concepts, and everything in between when it comes to introducing you or just leveling up your house.
All right.
Cool?
Yeah, sounds perfect.
Alright. Last time, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, go. 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, slow. 5, 6, 7, 10. Alright. Take a seat. Butterfly. go any further, I would like to ask, this is like your very first time doing anything house related, you would say?
Yeah, other than like club or parties.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I know you have experience already. You've been taking classes.
I have some house.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you guys to do something that might make you feel uncomfortable.
Okay.
And this is just so that I can see exactly where you guys are at. So that way it helps me determine the direction that I want to go. All right. For 30 seconds, I want you guys to freestyle.
Okay.
That's all I want. So this could consist of you guys just jacking. This could consist of you guys just lofting. This could be you just working on a choreo that maybe you memorized that's house related. This could be a mixture of floor work. But whatever it is that your body is telling you to do, I want you to do in regards to you listening to the music and not overthinking it, but really just, again, tapping into how you feel, right? I don't want this to be like, I don't want you to put too much pressure on yourself of what I'm asking,
Not
but
trying to impress.
yeah, I want you just to, whatever comes out, okay?
Cool.
So whoever wants to go first, the second when I see you go, I'm gonna start the timer. Yeah. If it helps, I can go just to create a vibe. Yeah, I got you. Song's about to end, but hold up. one thing that I want to highlight is us all making eye contact, right? So I am victim of this too, and this is something I'm still personally working on. And we're gonna do the same exercise again. This time I want you to add emphasis on connecting with each other when it comes to making eye contact in addition to myself. So that means that either you're looking at me or you're looking at him, that means you're looking at me or you're looking at her, and vice versa, all right? And I want us to be aware of how much we're looking at the floor, which is a no-no, right?
Really?
Yeah, because consistently looking down ultimately is going to decrease your confidence versus you looking at me, you looking at her, even you looking at yourself, right? But looking down normally portrays that you're concerned about how you look, you know, on a conscious and subconscious level, and I want us to try to use today to at least open up that space in our head that might have not been conscious that, okay, how much am I actually looking down, right? And getting into the headspace to just consistently looking upward, right? However, while you're also doing that activity throughout the rest of class, I'm going to give you a particular step, right? And because you guys are at different levels, this is actually super beneficial to both of you because obviously you being way more versed in the style than he is, I'm going to expect for you to do a little bit more versus what I'm going to expect for him to do, right? So for starters, I'll demonstrate. When it is your turn to dance, we are going to enter, again, like the same format where you're just gonna dance. This time, I'm gonna give you a countdown. I'm gonna say 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and boom. You're instantly going to lock either me or him or me or her. The second, and then I'm gonna give you another countdown. And when I give you that other countdown, that's just a signal that you're about to stop. At any point while you're looking at me and or each other, we are going to be doing one particular step that we're going to integrate into our freestyle. Both of you already demonstrated that you have the ability to do so, which is great because some people come here and they're like, I don't know how to fucking freestyle, and they will just blank. Neither of you blanked, you kept moving, and that already puts you like 10 leagues forward amongst many of my other students that I've been teaching over the years. So I think that alone is something that I want you to really highlight because that's hard for you to really just be able to just express yourself freely, right? With this being said, we are going to take the first step that I want you to dive into, and in some way, shape, or form, you're going to implement this into your freestyle. Do we all know what a shuffle step is?
Is it this one?
Yes.
I think he knows that.
I tried it with her a couple times.
Okay,
Just
so
like outside of class.
would you say, like if I were to ask you to go on like the spot right now, do you feel like you would have it? And if not, we can go over right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to get it.
Okay, so then we're gonna go over this step together, right? And we're gonna all face the mirrors. However, I'm going to give you a harder variation of the same step. So that way you guys can technically learn together. That way you're not just like, okay, I know this already, all right? So follow my lead, ready? All right, so for starters, let's start with our right leg, right? I'm going to start by hopping diagonally to my right. And the second I do that, I am then going to have the opposite foot or the opposite leg, which in this case is going to be my left leg, and just right here on my left tippy toe. You want to have as least amount of weight on that foot as you possibly can after you do the first initial hop. And that is going to look just like this. Boom. That's it, right? So from here, I'm then going to bring this foot that's in the back, I'm going to kick it forward, and at the same exact time, this back leg is going to come backwards, just like that. So from here, I am now going to switch my feet, and I'm going to do the same exact thing that I did in the beginning, but to my left. So this left foot is jumping diagonally to my left, and my right foot is going to land behind me, very lightly touching the floor. In 3, 2, 1, jump. Now from here, I'm going to jump back. So my right foot's up, switch my feet, and jump diagonally to the right, hop back, switch, jump, back, switch, jump, back, switch, jump, back, switch, jump. So now we're gonna add a small amount of rhythm to it, okay? Just to get you in the headspace that you can do this step slowly but still be in sync with the music. So 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. Okay, that the shift in song fucked me up. Hold up, just for a sec, real quick. Alright. So let's start here. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Messing it up.
No, it's okay. So, that is going to be the rhythm that I want you to stick with. So, you're going to do that on your own right now. And I'm going to have you do the same exact thing, but I'm going to give you a harder variation of what you just did, okay? So, just for starters, just so I know how far you can go, you're just gonna follow me. I'm gonna only be doing that step though, and I'm gonna show you just different types of the same step. All right? Five, 6, do it with me. Keep in mind, the stuff that both of you were just working on, now you guys are going to try to do that and implement that into the freestyle that you already have. Whether you have it mastered or not, the goal is for you to get into your natural flow state while also being conscious to make sure like, hey, this is a step, so I'm going to try to throw it in there. While at the same time making eye contact at all times. And the second you notice you going like this, that's when, if I notice, I'm just gonna actually I'm just say connect, I'm gonna just say connect. And that means, okay, so, yeah. All right?
Cool.
So, whoever wants to go first, the floor is yours. Minimum 30 seconds. You can go longer if you want. All right? Catch your breath. The movements or the next step that I want you to try to implement is basically the really fast category, which if I'm not mistaken is called the chase. Off the top, do you guys recognize that step? Or do you need a demonstration?
I know cabaret is just this, but then chase.
It's basically,
Like
so-
to the front.
so that is loose legs.
Okay.
And when it comes to you, well, again, the tricky thing, and again, if I'm wrong, but I don't think that I am, and if I am, I can easily apologize if I go home and do the research. But if I'm not mistaken, the chase is the step where you basically do pas de bourrée, but you're doing it in a sprinting, traveling motion. And that will look like, ba, 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 ba. Okay? So when you're doing that move, at least for me, it helps a lot for me to, one, lower my stance. So if I'm dancing up here, and I know that I'm gonna get into that, either maybe we're clubbing together, or if I'm battling you, instead of me standing upright here, I'm getting down here. There's a lot more resistance that I feel inside of my thighs. However, whenever I want to increase the speed of my footwork, you'll see me lower my stance. So sometimes, like when I'm casually housing, I'll be up here, and then when I want to speed things up, you'll see me get deep. And it puts, again, a lot more pressure on your thighs, but the trade-off is that I'm able to now do a lot more faster movement. So it's very similar to, I don't know if either of you did track, but it's like if you're doing a super long, like cross-country type of movement, like you're gonna be up here, if you're sprinting, you're down here. So, you know, the same thing can be applied to when you're running, to like when we're dancing as well. Just to go over the step, again, if I'm looking in the mirror real quick, very similar to like our pas de bourrée, which is this step right here, right? Very simple. We did this during the beginning, during our warm-up. We're pretty much doing the same movement or the same motion, but we're traveling forward, right? So that's going to look like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But I'm doing that super aggressively because again, I'm trying to catch the really fast parts of the music. So if I demonstrate, ba ba ba, and ba ba ba, and ba ba ba, ba ba ba. So you don't have to do the full thing. Like this is if I did it continuously, right? So it's super quick, sudden movement. So if you feel like you're doing that continuously, it's too much intensity, I want you just to try to do it in like really short bursts. Starting from back here. And the goal is to get, and if that's too fast, cut it in half. And then you can slowly speed it up. seeing that you're hunched over, right? You're hunching your back over, but I want you to like physically like squat down. You should feel it burn inside of your thighs. So there's a big difference between you still being upright and you going like this versus you getting down here. Because technically your back can still be straight. And I'm here. Again, I'm here. As if you're about to poop. Like, you're like here. Right? Like here. It burns, it hurts. Versus me being here. Now I feel good and I feel comfortable. Because this is what I was seeing you doing, right? Like, I saw you hunched over. I want you to fix that back straight and come down here. And again, my humble opinion, I think that's gonna help with the speed. But
What's the placement when you were doing the roll?
so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 is ending, right? And then when I do 1, that's the reset. And I'm stepping again and I'm stepping inward with a little bit of momentum from my upper body, shifting forward. So you know how to jack, correct?
Yeah.
So you understand the motion of the jack. So when you're doing this, right, you're also incorporating a really quick, subtle jack. Because when I'm here, 1, 2, 3, 4, right here is where I break the initial jack and I'm resetting by me coming up. And it's really subtle because it's happening like that. But I'm going like that, and that thrust forward from me having like my butt poked out, my knees get deep, and I'm coming up just right there. It's going to start for me going forward. And I'm getting just like that. But again, it happens, that whole movement is happening within like the frame of like a second. Because I don't want you just to focus on just like, because then you're gonna look like a robot, right? Because you can still, like I'm still adding that groove. I'm still being able to like sway my body. Like I'm not just like here. I'm actually still here. So, you know.
It's not a track and field exercise. It's
Yeah, it's literally, yeah, it's, you, so it's like to a degree, it has like that athleticism that you would see in football or soccer, right? But I don't want you guys to lose the groove either, which is why I just want to at least throw it out there that the footwork is important, yeah? But I think it's more essential for you to make sure that you're understanding that whenever you reset to here, that you can do some type of motion to kind of like connect you to the music. Again, for me, I notice that I'm kind of like swaying back and forth my shoulders. Some people I notice they like to rock their head back and forth. Some people they'll like use their arms, but I just don't want you to get too caught up on just being like, okay, I'm here, and I have to just get through this step because you want to add a little bit of you. I still want to see who you are, and it could be a little quirk or something. Like I don't care, but just something. And of course, before you start worrying about that, you want to get familiar with the movement, which is why you're training it now. But at the same time, I don't want you to feel like it's footwork over everything, you know?
Yeah.
So I want you guys to try this like 30 more seconds. We're gonna get back into that cipher. And then I want us to try that same exercise where we're gonna freestyle. And at some point, inside of your movement, you're gonna implement this footwork step, okay?
Okay.
All right. this is going to be the final step. I don't know the name of this step, so I'm just gonna demonstrate it. I'm not gonna act like I know everything because I don't, all right?
Yeah.
But this is going to be a traveling step that is gonna require us to kind of like walk backwards, okay? So if I'm looking directly towards the mirror, I'm going to slightly hop backwards, just like that. And at the same time, I'm going to allow the opposite foot, in this case is going to be my left foot, and I'm pretty much going to drag it as if my left leg or my left foot is going to kind of be like an anchor. So as I'm jumping and twisting to my right, like this foot is going to come down just like that. So I'm going to create like a C shape. As my ankle is somewhat on the ground right here, and when I demonstrate the step, it's going to look just like that from here. So again, I'm so sorry. I think I was demonstrating it this way. Apologies, because my bad. Yeah. So again, if I'm dragging my left leg backwards, I'm actually shifting all my weight to my left. I was explaining it to my right, my bad. So here again, I'm kind of bend my knees and I'm shifting back just like that. My left shoulder is going to, again, yank backwards, and at the same time, I'm going to have all of my weight come all the way down onto my ankle. Not too much to the point where you're in pain, but you're just shifting it just like that. And if I do it smoothly, just like that. And then from here, I'm going to jump and switch to the opposite foot, just like that. And it's really hard to demonstrate itself, so I'll just do it in real time, okay? 5, 6, 7, and just like that. So I'm jumping, and again, my foot is coming just right here. So here, 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 here. Just like that. So if I go slow, even if you want to use the wall as support, you can practice going just like this, here. So I'm here, and I'm dragging it just right here. Yep, just like that. Here, and then I switch. Here, then I switch. Here, then I switch. Just like that. So again, here, if I do without the jump or like without the hop, it's gonna look like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, I'm very gently coming down, just like that. Here, here, here. Okay. All right, so I want you guys just to take a minute and back and forth. And then last exercise, we're gonna put it all together. And you're gonna try your best to do everything that you happen to remember all together while trying to maintain that eye contact. And then that's it for tonight. All right? All right, so you're going back and forth. Go. So think of it as like a C. Yeah. I'm gonna run to the bathroom, and when I come back, we're gonna cipher. See it?
Don't break down for me.
Let's get started.
Good stuff, y'all.
That was amazing.
Thank you.
Love it.
I've not seen all the things that happen in a dance class before.
Yeah, I don't know it's fun.
Yeah, and again, that's how it should be. Dance is not supposed to be like ultra serious all the time, like especially when you're doing it to this type of music. This should be a positive release for you, not like, like,
I didn't do it right.
you know, like, which is why I'm gonna keep adding like really big emphasis on the feeling. And of course I can teach you all of these moves, but if you don't fucking feel good, why are you moving? Why are you dancing?
Yeah, you're not gonna want to do it.
You know, like, and of course, like, some of the steps can be difficult or tricky, and I promise you'll get this with repetition. But yeah, the biggest thing that I wanted you guys to really experience was one, like being vulnerable with me and with each other, of like the eye contact, and making that like a consistent focus on like us just connecting together. And two, again, being able to implement some of the basic foundation when it comes to house, and then giving you like, you know, some harder variations of the same stuff that he was doing. And three, working on your freestyle ability to just express yourself, you know, because again, I don't want you to look like me. And I see a lot of teachers where their students look just like them, and I'm like, that shows me that like you're not allowing your students to really like explore like who they are as dancers. Because again, I'm only here to give you tools, and what you do with those tools are up to you guys. So that's the reason why like I'm not like, I can show you like my style, and of course like if you train with me for a long period of time, some of my style might naturally rub off of you, but in my opinion, you should not look exactly like your teacher. You know, because I don't know, like it's like now you have like a lack of identity for yourself. Like now I see like 20 versions of like that person and none of you, you know? So even when you're going into this program next week, you know, like absorb with caution, and you don't need to look exactly like Mop Top. I want you to look like you. I want you to focus on like how you want to look. And of course, they are, again, like, they're the pioneers, but because, like, we're the newer generation, you can still, like, pave, like, your own path on, like, how you want to dance and how you want to move by using them as an influence, because they set the foundation. But now, like, you can kind of, like, deviate from, like, all the things that have, like, already been established. And that's how we stay original. That's how we stay, you know, looking like something unique and fresh, instead of like, because again, like I've been teaching for like 13 years and I just see so many people like that just look the same. So just please, just like going back to what I said earlier about like quirks and stuff, like if there's something that makes you you, it could be super cheesy or corny or whatever the fuck, but if nobody does it, like keep that. Like it could be the way you, I don't know, like it could be like a little cheesy shimmy or something, I don't know, but just like don't feel like you have to look like that person because like they have like 500K on Instagram, or because they're a celebrity, or because they're an OG. Like really stay true to you, like seriously, because a lot of people lose themselves going to these programs and they feel like I have to look like this, and then it like I'm gonna be checking in with you about your mental health, because some of my friends that took it, it's like they kind of like left feeling like, damn, like I feel like I gotta start over from scratch now because like I did it wrong, you know? And I'm like, no, like, but yeah, I'm talking a lot. But yeah, thank you guys for coming.
Thank you for teaching.
Yeah, if it wasn't for you guys, like I would have not had a class today, so I appreciate that. Yeah.
It was just as fun, I think, as chilling at home just talking, honestly. So thanks for actually wanting to come out.
Word, yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah. Cause I was shocked when you said yes, actually. I was like, oh, I remember like I was gaming with my friend and I told him like, oh shit, like I'm actually teaching, because, you know, I was explaining to her like, oh, my friends, not my friends, but my students are just in China right now, but Yeah, but yeah, this is where I normally teach every Friday from 7:15 to 8:30, and but it does make me sad that
They're gonna be gone.
I don't have the same what's it called demand here in Long Island as I do in the city, because if I was in the city, like this room would be full.
Really?
You know, in regards to like yeah, like in regards to like the style that I teach, like for example, like with house is like currently trendy right now. You know, so it's like everybody wants to hop on it because it makes you feel good. The music is good. It's groovy. It's you know, it makes you, you know, and I think that unlike breaking and hip hop, for the most part, because especially with breaking, those being more competitive, raw, like, you know, I guess masculine dances. House, I think, is a much more gentle, feminine dance when it comes to the energy, where it's more about unity and togetherness. And again, like with this deriving from like the clubs here, it's just like a very different. It just makes me feel good. Where like sometimes, like when I'm done breaking, I'm like, fuck this guy, like, you know,
Because
like
you just basically fought him.
yeah, you know. And just like a lot of like the burns and like the aggression and house, it's like even at house battles, like I did a house battle last week and I lost in the finals to this dude, and like there was tension, but it wasn't like the same type of tension that you would get from like a breaking or like a hip hop battle. So yeah, I appreciate just the energy of like the dance and the music and things like that.
This is the only house you really get to teach on Fridays, or in the city you also?
Yeah, so this is well, prior to this class, normally I would be teaching a kid/teen class in breaking, but this is the only space where I have like the freedom to do what I want, and I'm very grateful to the owner. His name is Fish, and he basically like labeled this slot as like street styles. So he was like, Brandon, Static, like just read the room of like what people are feeling. So like there are some days where again I am teaching breaking here. There are some classes. Oh, speak of the devil. What's up, bro? I just spoke his name into existence. Yeah.
Sorry to like stop you guys because we can.
Oh, my bad, bro. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, for sure, bro. But yeah, this is the owner. Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, wait. We didn't see the AC?
Yeah, I think it.
I think we, yeah, it feels like the AC, but I didn't really feel the AC's on.
Yeah, like, you know, me and Ollie sweating over here.
I mean, I see it shows like in the pool.
It made a different experience.
Yeah. Extra sweaty.
It's like